Welcome back, this is Force 13 Live, Solar Eclipse Live, tracking the eclipse with us from coast to coast. It's around 4 minutes until Oregon will start to see the sun incrementally get blocked by the moon. That is literally what it is. But it allows for some spectacular images, and you can see the camera at our bottom left, Newport, Oregon, which will be the first place pretty much in the United States to see the eclipse in about an hour and 10 minutes. I'm joined by the Skype team. My name's Nathan Foy. Daniel's with me in the studio, and we're joined by Lee, Orlando, Craig and Isaac, if they're still there.
Yep, hello. So, yep.
Yes, I'm still here.
And I guess we're just continuing the discussion. It's sort of like a little, I don't know what this is. It's sort of like a little fun day that we're having here in the studio, but there you go. I mean, it's not very often we have two people in the studio, but there we go. Daniel is bored out of his head in the studio with me, and he's waiting for something interesting to happen on the stream, much like most of our viewers probably. I can't guarantee it, but I hope that we can bring you something interesting. We will certainly bring to you all the good stuff that NASA will be showing, and other webcams that I am pretty assured that we will be able to check out further east.
Yeah,
but we don't at the moment have any that are pointing up at the sun.
Yeah, I've given you a live stream that's looking at the sun. I'll put it through the chat.
Well, I can't get to it.
I know you can. But
we're looking again at the GOES 16 imagery there, and very soon the eclipse will start to become apparent on the GOES 16 imagery. I can cross to a particular image as well, borrowing the Jackson Wyoming webcam for a moment. Let's get the latest view from GOES 16. This is that the latest? I'm not sure that is the latest. I think that's all we've got right now. That's still the same one we were looking at earlier from around 20 minutes ago, so we're waiting for a new image from GOES 16, but as you can see, a bit of cloudiness along the western coast, contributing to the low cloud that you're seeing on the bottom left-hand image, which started out as fog and is now appearing to be lifting.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten better over there. For the most part, totality in the middle part of the country should be viewable without any issues, unless you happen to be in the Midwest where you do have a chance to run into some showers. Besides that, everything should be fine. Besides some areas that might see some blockage of the sun.
Yeah, we're just updating the image, by the way, from Oregon, because it appeared that the last image had stopped for a while. There is the live shot from Newport, Oregon, right now at 9:04 AM, so that means that the partial eclipse is beginning right now in that location on your bottom left. No evidence of it, of course. If you've got any questions or comments for us whilst we're on the air, the best part about this is that we're doing it live. We're answering your questions live, and you can ask us almost anything, really. Malik says, can Hurricane Kenneth hit Hawaii? No. And I did also see the discussion about the typhoon names in the first hour. Apparently it's Hato, or rather than Hato, apparently. Anyway, Daniel, let's clear the air for a moment, shall we? Get silent. What do you want to say? Go. Excuse me?
I'm not too sure. There's not really much to speak about.
Daniel's not really into this stuff.
I would speak about stuff if something was happening.
Right, well, Daniel's bored. Daniel's bored stiff. Is Craig still here? Can we try? I can't tell whether he's here or not is the problem.
I think he might have dozed off.
I think he's on mute. He must be on mute or something.
Well, both Isaac and Craig are gone.
They're gone, okay. Well, there
Oh,
you go.
Craig's gone, is it?
They stuck us under the bus.
So who is here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I've not moved. Nathan,
Yep.
So,
You what?
Craig's back.
no,
You can
there's
hear
Craig
it.
now.
Craig, talk to us. Where have you been?
I miss you.
Oh, from a dinner.
Alright, Craig's had dinner.
Yeah, I'll be going to dinner soon.
It's
actually,
dinner
so
over
I'll
here in the
be
United
leaving soon.
Kingdom.
Yeah, so I'll
Right,
be leaving
I-
you soon too,
something
Nathan. Not yet.
I left the message in the
And
damn
there's
chat.
Isaac as well, I believe.
Hello.
Well, thanks for
Is
coming back,
my audio
everyone.
back?
Thanks for coming back, everyone. We are 2 minutes into the eclipse on the west coast, folks. It's begun in Oregon, and in about an hour and 9 minutes, the bottom left-hand webcam will be showing, probably not directly, but will show on the camera the total eclipse, the first place in the United States that will see it. Jackson, Wyoming won't be too far behind. That's the top left camera that you're looking at there. And then it will obviously be moving through Idaho in the meantime, and then it will move on towards where Nebraska, and then eventually towards Tennessee, where the greatest extent is, I believe, and then
Got a
finishing
new image.
in South Carolina.
We got a new image off the Go 16.
Robot
So
there
can't
in the
really
background.
do too much off
Yeah.
it.
And well, let's just
It's
see.
just
If,
my clock.
I just want to see if this imagery has updated for us at all on the top left that you're seeing.
It
right now.
has.
That's not Jackson, Wyoming. That's the Go 16 imagery that I'm just using for a moment. I'm not getting anything new on there, so
It updated just now. It's at 15:30. It was at 15:15 about a minute ago.
Yeah.
Just to say, Nathan, on the New York Times live stream, I'm starting to see the moon just at the 1 o'clock position, the shadow at the top of the sun. So
right.
it's around the 1 o'clock position.
We're just trying to get a new Go 16 image up if possible here. And yes, we've got a new image, but still not much to see just yet. This is the image as of 4:05 UTC, which is just 3 minutes ago. That's what it looked like on the top left on the Go 16 satellite. You can still see no evidence of an eclipse beginning yet, but it will happen fairly soon. Just look further towards the north, nothing going on just yet, but it will become apparent soon. You can just about make out, by the way, the mountains in the Pacific Northwest there on the Go 16 map. The quality is so good, and you can see the rivers. Just fantastic imagery.
If you want high detail, ask Go 16.
Absolutely. Let's bring us back to Jackson. So we've got those two webcams running, and all we can do is sit and watch for a little while.
I'm watching the stream that I've got on
But
the
we really
iPad.
won't notice much going on until another half hour at least.
Mm.
So in that half hour we will just sit here. Daniel enjoys sitting.
Yes.
Actually, you read.
Oh yeah, who wants a cookie?
Tired.
Any cookies?
We're all tired
Any
over here.
eggs? Well, I've got
Yeah, I
you-
can't believe
I've
it's
got
tea
you-
time.
Long haul, everybody. Long haul. I'm just amazed.
Yeah?
Could,
That Go
yeah.
16.
The
image
quality of the
amount
imagery, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Craig, I put a
And
link
stable.
in this one.
And that stable air that's northwest, surrounding Canada.
Malik wants to know if Trinidad can see the eclipse. A partial one?
Yeah, I think it'll
Partial if
partially
you're
see
lucky.
it.
Really? Partial.
I think
Yeah,
they'll
I mean-
get maybe 40%, something like that. If someone could clear that up for us. I'm just guessing with that number.
I'm about to.
But if anyone wants eclipse forecasts, you can go right ahead.
Should we have the cone of uncertainty?
Oh, not quite.
The eclipse should be it's straightforward.
Okay, so Trinidad will see 62% of the eclipse.
Really? So much? That's not bad.
Pretty decent.
It will start at 2:36 local time, and maximum will be at 3:51 local time, and it ends at nearing 5 o'clock local time.
Yep.
There you have it. Alright. Until then, we basically just
I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a short bit
I
to look
put
at more code 16.
just to let you know, Craig, I put a wee link in the room showing the sun. So,
Yeah, bring up
uh,
anything you guys have on the screen
I
share if
put
you
a
wish.
link in for them so they can see the sun itself with
Yeah, but we can't.
the mid. I know you can't see it.
Orlando, didn't you have screen share?
Right.
Oh,
Craig,
we're looking
you'll
at the
then
storms
can
again.
click it.
We'll do another storm update, it seems.
We'll just go around real quick. Kenneth looking worse. He's on his way out, so there's no real more seeing anything.
Yeah, we
come
sort of
back.
balance everything here at 413. We're primarily storm tracking, hurricanes and the like.
Yeah,
But we're here for the solar eclipse today. Why would you miss it?
exactly. And well, there we go. So that's Ram just trying
Daniel's
to
making himself very comfortable here in the studio.
get Daniel doing some presenting.
Sorry.
Or is that his 2 minutes of fame?
Craig wants you to do some presenting, Daniel.
Or is that his 2 minutes of fame that
What's
was?
this to say?
His 2
Nothing's going on.
Daniel doesn't know what's going on or what to say. He's completely out of it here.
I'd say about 4% of the sun's now
Excuse
heating
me.
up.
Right,
Is
so
it
up
one
to
of them-
4%
Daniel, is it one of them
eclipse in
ones-
Oregon.
Yeah.
Is it one of them ones, Daniel, where you're trying to get an image and then it just goes in one ear and out the other? So it just goes.
Yeah. Daniel can't hear you is the problem.
I know. I can't. That's the best of it. Say whatever you want.
Craig's saying, does it go through one ear and out the other?
Shush. Put in your lips.
I don't want this to turn into an all-out war within the
right, well,
project
my.
here, but you know, on a live stream.
I was only joking. Jesus.
That would be a challenge, wouldn't it? Challenge accepted. Will more people watch the solar eclipse or watch us arguing during a solar eclipse? Maybe not.
Let's find out.
Anyway, look at the
No.
Atlantic there. For Harvey, chances of regeneration are still moderate.
Yes. High in the next 5 days and moderate or medium in the next 48 hours. And obviously, as I'm going to reiterate, the air reconnaissance has been cancelled for today. Probably scheduled for tomorrow, if anything else. Because I don't know why they actually cancelled the reconnaissance. Maybe because of the eclipse.
No,
never
it's
know.
just because Harvey looks so poor.
Or the Air Force wanted to see the eclipse. You never know.
Well, you know, they could wait till later.
Yeah, true. Nah, but to be honest, I think they've cancelled that for that very reason. It looks terrible. The system looks terrible.
Well, you got that satellite imagery. What about other things? What about its top wind speeds right now? Any signs of any circulation or rotation forming? Wind shear?
Look, when I'm looking at the imagery, I am seeing no circulation at all. If anything, the shear is still remaining incredibly
Not
strong.
even a hint of one.
The Sims, which is wind shear test.
Yeah, look at that. Wind shear's not great, I gotta say. Not great.
No, but you can tell we're the center of ex-Harvey, well, suppose the centre, quote unquote.
You look at that though, the average amount of wind shear across the Atlantic, you got to think a storm's going to take advantage of that at some point.
Yes, at some point, you'd either think the disturbance that's around about here that's at 0% of chance, actually it's not a hole, or 92L should be taking advantage, but it's not. 92L looks terrible, along with the other, the supposed that could have been 93L, which didn't. But Harvey, I think I don't really see him redeveloping in this case because it looks dire. To be honest, as I said at the start, I think he's on borrowed time. I honestly think Harvey, what's left of him, is on borrowed time. If anything, the land interaction really should kill him, in my mind. It should really kill him.
As you can see in Newport, Oregon, the fog continuing to rush away and looking very good
really
there
good
now.
news.
And they are 1 hour away from totality.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the moon go over there on their live streams that they're having right now.
Yeah, I could actually see the moon's shadows definitely crossing out. So
Craig, mind if I still screen share for a short while to show some Go 16?
Absolutely not a problem.
Okay.
Because Go 16, say Go 16, and then that's it. That's the immediate
best
word for me. Just say Go 16, and I'm gonna kill the screen share. Just go.
I believe this image was taken around 1 or 2 minutes ago, and you can see how it looks like right now over Oregon.
Just getting
Really
another view
pretty
up here if possible.
I'm getting a little bit dark.
Yeah, this is the latest as of 3 minutes ago that you're looking at on 2 views, separate views there on Isaac's screen and on mine at the top left. Still no signs of the actual eclipse shadow occurring yet. But it's just fantastic to see all that detail. I don't even need to show up the boundaries between the coastline because you know where it is, but just in case. That is the coastline.
But here's an interesting thing. What satellite would you say is better, Go 16 or Himawari?
Go 16.
They're both about the same type of quality.
I would say Go 16 is better.
Go 16, it's newer, better, faster.
Newer, better.
Well, it's got 1 minute imagery. It's got the lightning detection.
That's true, and it's apparently also to help Storm Prediction Center forecast.
And that lightning detection, is that 1 second imagery that they have?
As far as I know, yes, it is.
This
amazing.
Talk about new.
Oh god.
Talk about new. Try saying that to Meadowsat.
Oh, Jesus! Now, I'm gonna defend Meteosat here and say back in the older days when Go 16 didn't even have a glimmer of hope being built as of yet, and Himawari wasn't even a thing. Meteosat back then would have been literally one of the best
Himawari
satellites.
was a thing actually, just called it other things.
Yeah.
You know,
but you know what I mean.
Oh, what was it?
I don't know. What was it?
MTS, wasn't it?
90. Oh.
No, what did they had it wasn't it the GMS in the Western Pacific in the old days?
I cannot remember.
GMS4, GMS2.
I'm pretty sure those were called Himawari as well.
Yeah, they're called Himawari 6, I think, too. Himawari 6, 4, I believe. Jason might know more of that if he was
Jason's
on
our satellite man, yeah.
Jason's the man. Jason's the sort of man that can navigate his way around a satellite
and
with the back of his hand.
Just to bring in Daniel. Daniel, do you know anything about Himawari satellites at all?
No.
Wait for it.
The satellites.
I'm sorry?
They're the satellites.
Hold on.
Name sounds like it's from Eastern A. Who is that?
It's what?
From Eastern.
Speak up a bit.
The name sounds like it's from East Asia.
Yeah, well, it sort of is, yes. The Japanese satellite.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ghost 16?
I want to know where it's gone to.
Oh,
Oh
that is
no!
awful.
Oh dear.
Really funny,
That's
really,
awful.
really
Or
funny
where
of you
it
to
does
say
it,
that.
Where it goes to.
Yeah, shut up, Daniel. You've just already done that. Anyway, we're still waiting for the eclipse in Newport, Oregon, where the skies are fantastic. We are 55 minutes away. The eclipse is underway. Is it underway in Jackson, Wyoming yet, by the way?
That's certain.
I think it's just about begun there as well. I think it's, yeah, I think it has begun. Daniel Martinez tells us that, you know, Himawari means sunflower in Japanese. Your thoughts?
That's interesting.
Ooh.
I know that the word sakura,
Secure.
I think it is, in Japanese means cherry blossom.
Right.
Sakura.
Wow.
Sakura, that's how we pronounce it.
Yeah.
No, Nate.
Well, thank you for that.
No.
And NASA's now going live as well now.
And while we've got this little quiet time waiting for the eclipse to start, I know there's probably folk out there, you know, because I got asked not that long ago, really, by one of my mates, what's the weirdest store name I've seen? And I wanted to see what, say, the viewers' weirdest tropical cyclone name they've ever seen, and also bouncing it off the team if they want to answer it.
Oh no.
The weirdest one that I've seen probably isn't really a Western Pacific
Don't say
one,
it.
because that's
Oh,
normal. And they're, you know, because we're used to normal name. You were normal. Jesus Christ.
Right.
I can't believe I just said that.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Not very good.
Yeah, but the weirdest name that I've probably seen for a hurricane has probably been either Oho or Kilo.
True.
Kilo. Kilo.
If
Hey,
I wasn't really that... Well,
At least it's not like the 1950s where the military used to name storms Keen, Item, Jig, Love, Fox, Dog. Yeah, Howl.
yeah, how the hell did that become a hurricane?
Item.
And then there's Love. There's Hurricane Love, which hit Florida as a tropical storm because it loved Florida so much.
Yeah. Here's the view at 20 past 4 UTC, which is 20 past 9 on the Pacific coast. That's the latest view along the coast. The border there between Oregon and Washington, you can see no obvious signs that the eclipse has begun yet from that viewpoint, as far as I can tell. No, not obvious yet.
The sky has definitely cleared up really nicely in New.
Completely, yes. It's gone well for them.
Nice
Now.
morning. That was a really nice morning fog.
Yeah, that was a lot of people's concerns for the morning. If you were to go to Oregon because of the morning fog that usually occurs there. Fortunately enough for the people in Newport, they're going to most likely be able to do something nice.
So we're live, and the solar eclipse has been live for nearly 40 minutes now, and it's the partial eclipse began on the western coast of Oregon 20 minutes ago, and the total eclipse is just 51 minutes away. No obvious signs of that just yet, but stay tuned and you'll see more, I guarantee. Here at Force 13 HQ, you're guaranteed to see nothing, because first of all it's overcast and a little bit of rain. So even if there was
5%.
a solar eclipse here, you're not going to see anything.
What isn't it like over there, like 5% or some sad number like that?
Excuse me?
Isn't it like some like 5% or something over there, like or some sad number of
it will be a sad
totality?
number, something like 5% in the last 5 minutes of the day before the sun sets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my!
But it was literally one of them ones where, oh, there's something. Oh no, never
Daniel?
mind. It's just me.
I was just asking if anyone's got any questions for me.
Well, hey, if anyone does have any questions for Daniel in particular, do send your comments in if you want to get to know Daniel a little bit more while still waiting for the eclipse. We do have some more questions though. Well, just Addison saying the eclipse map says it will go over a few European countries. Well, technically yes, but barely at all. And Malik says, can a tropical storm like Alison come back? Well, it's gone, so I don't think it can come back, but I think we could get another one like it. You never know. Depends which Alison.
Exactly.
What I will say is that a storm like Alison of 2001, which I assume you're referring to, is very unlikely to happen at this time of year. It's got to be early season.
Always got to be early season. That's always what I find interesting about the Atlantic. It always loves to form. Well, sometimes likes to form early storms, but I've never really heard of storms forming in January until Alex happened.
Oh, please!
Surprise. No. I still find that rather interesting.
Then we had Pally. We had Pally too.
Yeah, Pally in the Central Pacific. Mainly that was the result of of the El Nino that was still raging on at that point, just getting ready to die down. But going back to a question a couple of live streams or a couple of nights ago on a live stream.
Yeah.
To when people were saying why this year has been so well, people were saying it was below average. You've got to realise and take into consideration that 2015 and the last 2 years have been helped out by full-blown El Ninos. So you've still got the conditions in the Western Pacific in 2016 that still harbour El Nino conditions, and same with the Western Pacific. That harboured El Nino conditions, that helped out another record season. Yes, we didn't have any, major hurricanes that threatened land as much, but thank God that never happened again. One in particular. Then Western Pacific, yes, we had a later start until we got Napartak, which was the first Cat 5 off the blocks in the typhoon season. But then 2017 has had no help from El Nino or La Nina because it's stone dead neutral. You're not getting anywhere. To be honest, for 2017 to pick up in tropical cyclone activity so far, obviously, yes, you're expecting it. And, when you're seeing a neutral phase in the Enzos or in the Nino regions, you are really expecting a major drop in activity. We've sort of been, I don't know how to put it, would you say, put into that mindset you're used to seeing a storm Nino every day or so because of the recent El Nino season, pattern and all that. I mean, you've got to really stay out of that sort of mindset when it comes to that, because in El Nino's conditions too take so many years to leave the atmosphere, because that's the reason why 2016 was so active, is because you still had the ghost of the 2015 El Nino in the atmosphere, and now you have nothing. Major difference.
What do you make of the Western Pacific being rather quiet? Only 10 out of the last 72 Westpac seasons have waited so long for the second major typhoon of the year as we have.
Yes, and that major typhoon, and only major typhoon, was Noru, peaking of the first Cat 5, and I mean one of the briefest Cat 5 peaks I've seen in a while. But to be honest, it was, we were expecting, well, to be honest, I think worldwide, what was it? We should have 2 Category 5s by now. Hadn't Ernie been...
well, yeah.
We definitely think it was.
But the thing is, they didn't last as Category 5s for very long at all, either of them.
No, they didn't. Ernie, I think, held it for about... How long?
We've had a host of pathetic storms this year on the whole.
Yeah, rather shoddy.
The best storms we've probably had this year are Noru, Fernanda.
You could say Fernanda, and I would agree.
Inawo. You could
And
probably
now Ernie.
you can probably put Debbie in there, and Gert is probably 5th.
Yeah, that shows you how shoddy 2017's been.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
to be honest,
it's pretty shoddy.
you've got to have that. You've got to have that little inkling that maybe.
Actually, no,
there's that
Eugene
other-
probably comes before Gert. Actually,
Eugene, actually, yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that.
then Gert, then Kenneth. We don't like Kenneth. Anyway,
Hey, what's wrong with Kenneth?
it's just gone 9:30 in Oregon. The full extent of the eclipse will occur in 43 minutes from now, supposedly. And as time goes on there, the clouds in the background just filtering away further and further into the background, almost to the point where you'll see nothing. Can't help the phone, by the way, in HQ.
Daniel, answer that.
Daniel, is that for you? He's not answered it, by the way. It's stopped.
Oh, it's not for me.
No, it's not. But as I was saying, looking very nice there in Oregon, but still no signs of the eclipse materializing yet. Obviously it will, but no signs yet. Let's see if we can take a look at the latest GOES 16 imagery. It's already being shown on Isaac's screen, I believe that is. But let's see what we can see here. Here's the latest image at 9:30 local time, and still no obvious signs of the eclipse occurring just yet. Or is there? Well, no, I don't think so.
You'd probably be starting to see, well, the eclipse starting to happen maybe in about, say...
Well, if you're looking up right now over in Oregon, you will notice that the eclipse is materializing. It must be about, what, 20% by now, you'd say? And at 20%, you don't really... The color and the brightness, you don't really notice the difference until it gets to at least 75-80%.
Just over, or either that, over halfway.
Definitely over halfway.
Until then, obviously, we just sit and wait and basically do whatever unplanned shenanigans again.
Certainly unplanned shenanigans.
I'm sorry.
When that stream breaks down over there, we'll try and get that one back. We'll try and get Jackson back for you shortly.
I thought he was in Australia. Oh wait, never mind. I should nonsense. He is so
Craig.
good at that.
There we are. We've got Jackson
Comedy.
back.
Damn it! I think a certain member of ours is going to be mad because he doesn't like being called Jackson. Sorry, Jackson. But
Sorry if we hear any background noise on my end. People are mowing the lawn at this point in
Mowing
time
the
for whatever
lawn.
reason. When I'm mowing,
People are mowing the lawn.
I don't know. They're just like mowing the lawn and trimming the grass like right now, and like it's so loud outside right now. I hope you don't hear it. Right when the
Alright.
eclipse is gonna start over here, they start doing it. Worst timing.
you should just lean out your window and you should just, hey, there's an eclipse coming! God damn it!
Yeah, something like
No, I
that.
said, I stopped it or something.
Stop. Oh, no. Unplanned
Wait, now.
shenanigans.
I'm currently
Nice
making
name
this
for
thing where I'm able to see the eclipse, the cardboard thingy.
This is unplanned shenanigans, folks. This is somewhat what we do in our spare time. Not really. We don't really do it. I like it how in Newport there's been well, and how it was that fog. I like it how that's just literally retreated over the past, say, what, hour or so.
You got scared by the moon.
Isaac, how much percentage will the eclipse be covered over there?
Or between 55 to 60% over here is what I heard.
Yeah, so you would definitely notice it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm making these little the cardboard thing with the hole in it, so I could see it better, without having to look without having to look. Yeah, without having to look at the sun and like lose my make myself get better glasses so I could see straight.
Yeah, you don't want.
I'm just looking at Kenneth right now, and Kenneth is awful.
The thing is, though, is that I can't test them out right now because obviously people are mowing the lawn, and if I were to run out there, you would just hear like the lawnmower going off.
Oh dear. Here's the latest. I'm going to try and show the latest image of Hato. I mean, just look at that.
Right.
It's just a giant
Left.
blob. I'm not gonna.
It is rather, isn't it?
It is. This is why you can clearly see that it is being heavily sheared. You can see how the convection is just.
It's had those conditions for quite some time since yesterday. It's
It's
actually
pretty much
doing
had them
probably
conditions.
better than we expected.
Well, it's had them conditions since the day it was born, really, because it was looking pretty heavily sheared when it was designated as TD15. But you can see there and how it's pretty much like the monsoon, and how the monsoon generates that high volume of wind shear, and it just basically anything forms, anything meets it, see you later. It's done. Whereas this is it's sort of like a North Indian storm. It gets sheared badly, and then you see the high cloud tops. It's pretty much like that. I don't know why exactly that happens with tropical cyclones. When they get sheared, they tend to blow up and be pretty impressive in cloud structure. With minus 90. What? What was that?
I said finally because they stopped mowing the lawn.
Oh,
At
right.
least temporarily, so I could go out there and test it out.
5 seconds.
Current time,
later.
4:38 UTC. It is 9:38 on the west coast of the United States. Newport, Oregon will be the first place to see the totality. That's coming up in 37 minutes or so.
Just to let you know, Sky News over here's broadcasting it.
Wonderful.
Okay, it works.
The eclipse. So.
It works.
Oh dear. Kenneth is looking rather terrible. Anyone want a small donut? Because there is a very small store called Kenneth on my
Kenneth's not
screen.
looking fantastic.
No, it's not. You can see there how strong that stable air is. You can see on Go 16. It's really strong.
Strong and
I
stable,
would
you
not-
say? Craig just said strong and stable air, Daniel.
Can I say something back?
Excuse me?
Can I say something back?
Well, it's up to you if you want to say something back, but here we go.
Careful what
Weak
you
and
say.
wobbly.
Weak and wobbly, right. Whatever you say.
Jesus Christ. Jeez. Yeah, but you can see there, he is, as the NEC forecast is supposed to move over colder waters, and they're
It's
dropping
going,
off.
it's going.
It's going, and gone. Actually, I think I got the SSTs up. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, what a surprise. Actually,
Surprise!
okay. I am not gonna question that. Well, here's the latest SSTs of the
Yeah.
Eastern Pacific. Yeah, that pretty much has it in for Kenneth, I'm afraid.
That's going.
Kenneth is rather on his way out. You see in the Gulf of Mexico, 31 degrees. Now, I'm rather worried if a storm found itself in there.
Even if Colin found itself there, it would be a Cat 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You know.
One wind bar makes a difference.
That was Tina. No.
Tina.
That was
Is
EPAC.
that a helicopter? No.
No, what the heck?
Maybe,
I don't know.
Someone's got company. I mean, is it something? You know.
Nah, but let's. I'm actually gonna
The
have
National Guard coming to arrest one of you or something.
What have I done? I've done nothing.
Orlando?
You showed the sea temperatures.
Yes, we're just showing. Daniel, don't you make anyone laugh, because the
Daniel,
last time
Daniel,
we did
don't
this,
make
it
anyone
ended
laugh.
horribly wrong.
Oh, you're talking about the blooper. Honestly,
Yes.
everyone watching, we will get to some Eclipse stuff shortly. Just nothing's happening right now, but it is
Yes.
coming up. 30 minutes.
Just looking at Atlantic, I am, to be honest, I would be rather concerned what the SSTs could harbour with if a storm found itself.
About in the studio.
Damn it, Daniel!
It rhymes.
Come on!
He sat up as soon as I said that.
I've gone
He's like, what?
lounge about.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not so falling asleep.
What?
Yeah,
Nah, but looking at it,
no, go on. Get on with it.
yeah, let's get on. Come on, let's stop this silliness. Now, but looking at the Atlantic, I would be, well, I'm a little bit worried if the conditions did become favourable and a storm did find itself moving, say, through the Caribbean with these sort of SSTs, and then finding itself in the Gulf. They're off the coast of Florida, 32 degrees. Biblical. I've never really seen that often. I've normally seen 30, 31 degrees in the Gulf of Mexico, but not normally 32 coming off the coast of Florida.
Okay, now I'm mowing the lawn again. Oh no.
No.
You know, what better day to choose for mowing the lawn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't go. I swear, if they're mowing the lawn by the time we reach totality over here, I'm gonna be very annoyed.
You won't reach totality.
Oh, not totality. The highest. I mean, the highest percentage over here. When we reach like 50%.
Oh dear.
Okay.
And here's the SSTs for the Western Pacific, and the rest says it all, to be honest.
Now look at all
And
that.
they stopped as soon as I
That
said.
is very warm.
Woo.
That would definitely support any form of storm in very, very favourable conditions to basically explode in intensity. But there are little cold pools, 29, some odd ones with 29, and it's as if it's the warm SSTs are sort of morphing and changing shape and size, and obviously temperature, obviously, because you can see it's been going up and down the last few days. But to be honest, I think, would we see another big typhoon? Probably. Maybe not the rest of this month, maybe September or so, but I do expect to see the odd, the last big season, end of year typhoon, as we normally do. I just don't know where, but I'm hoping it's nowhere near land. I'm just hoping it's another fish storm. Now, I want to bring this up with who thinks, well, what does everyone have for Banyan as in terms of intensity?
Oh dear, oh dear.
It only reached Category 2 status apparently officially.
To be honest, I think it either did reach Category 3 intensity, or at least Category 4, because it was really impressive.
Really?
Before it was before it does it, not really high in Category 4. I'm only going to go for 130 miles an hour, as high as I would go. But if it was supposed to go for Category 3, high end.
I think the eclipse might be becoming apparent now on the satellite. Only a little, but you can see a little dimming of the light around Oregon, of course. It looks like it's starting to become notable on the satellite. I don't know if Isaac's got the true color satellite
I do.
us there.
I do.
I'll get it on in a second here. Just bear with me about a minute.
Sure.
So I'll just talk about whatever for the next minute.
Where's the bear?
And we're still looking at Newport, Oregon, which is only 30 minutes now away from a full eclipse. So the extent of the eclipse there must be about 50 to 55% by now. And as you can see, it still looks pretty much exactly the same. That will change, but not for a few more minutes yet. The first thing you'll probably notice is that the edge of the sky, the horizon, will probably turn more yellowy maybe. I'm not sure if there's not many clouds, but I expect that will happen. The sky
there it is.
Higher up will probably turn a darker shade of blue eventually. I don't think you'll notice much on the ground until the last few moments, but could be wrong. We'll wait and see. But don't forget, this is the first place that we'll be seeing the eclipse in the United States and anywhere on land on the western coast of Oregon. That's in just about 29 minutes from the current time, and Daniel is very excited about that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jumping
and Jackson, Wyoming won't be much later in the eclipse. It's already beginning there as well. Can we just reiterate what time the fullest eclipse is at Jackson, Wyoming? Am I right in saying it's only about 10-15 minutes after it's in Oregon? Around 25 past 11 local time?
It can't be of use right now. My internet's going to garbage right now. Orlando, I don't know if he's still here. Might be able to say. Can you find that out?
I have to say, looking at the latest imagery on from Newport, is that cloud trying to come back in?
Find out why.
Oh, that would be horrible.
The cloud's crept up a bit more in the last few minutes.
Someone cue the Jaws music.
Copyright,
No.
copyright.
Yes. Yeah.
But as you can see, the visible satellite image there, the eclipse starting to become notable.
I find that quite weird in how it can go for, well, maybe not weird, but I find it interesting in how it can go from a really bright sunny day, as we're seeing in Newport, and obviously, as expected, it will go basically pitch black and basically turn to nighttime for a little while, and then go straight back to daylight. I find that pretty interesting in how that occurs, and then obviously, we're seeing the eclipses near enough. It's probably one of the best sights, in my opinion, to see. Isn't it? I don't know about everyone else, but that's one of mine.
Oh, that was my connection.
Everyone wants to know about Trinidad at the moment. As we said earlier, there will be a partial eclipse in Trinidad. Was it something like 67%?
I don't know, Orlando. Can you check that?
I think it was over half.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What would you want me to check?
It was just about
Trinidad.
I believe it will be a more than half eclipse, something like 67% soon.
No, I think it was.
Was it less?
Actually, let me recheck again.
Anyway.
While we're rechecking.
It's going,
Oh wow.
It's going. Oh yeah, 62%.
62%.
So not really bad at all. Well, not really terrible eclipse. It's a pretty good sight of seeing. It's a 62% eclipse.
Sorry to interrupt there, Craig, but I'm looking at Go 16 again, and you can see it on the far edge over there, starting to show that the sun's starting to go down over there. So it's definitely coming in. You can see. It's hard to see because they cut it off right there. Don't know why, but you can see the way the clouds are. You're starting to see their shadows, kind of.
Yeah, it's starting to see how they're towering. You get to see their structure. That I find pretty cool when you get to witness an eclipse with satellites. When you use them for clouds, obviously because you cannot see the sun and moon. It'd be pretty nice if you could, but sadly we can't.
And if you look down a little bit more, you could see Oregon and California down there.
And I find that really, well, maybe I don't really find it. But, no, just to reiterate, if you are going to watch the solar eclipse, which I imagine people in Oregon are, please, and wherever else the full and total eclipse is, regardless if you're getting total and totality in your area that's being affected by the eclipse, or you're going to witness the eclipse, for the areas that don't have the opportunity to witness the full eclipse, please make sure that you do have your special glasses that help you allow to see the eclipse without damaging your eyes. And now, please ensure that you're wearing your glasses on the starting phases, and then if you're in the totality, you can remove your glasses if you want. It's up to you. But when the ending phase begins, do put your glasses back on, because
if you don't have access to the solar glasses, you could always get a piece of cardboard like I have right here. I don't know if you're able to see it, but you get you get a pencil and you stab it through the cardboard, and you face it towards the sun. You look down from it on the shadow from it, and you should be able to see the phases of the sun as the moon goes over it when you get eclipsed. So just wondering if you guys don't have any solar glasses, again, get like a piece of cardboard or something, poke a hole in it with a pen or a pencil, and face it obviously towards the sun, and look down at the shadow that it produces, and you should be able to see the solar eclipse from there if you don't have any solar glasses and you wanted to see it if you're in Parcel. So just wanted to say that.
Thank you very much. We're looking at the eclipse footage right now from Madras, Oregon, as well as Newport, Oregon. The first shot of the sun being eclipsed from Madras, Oregon, from NASA's camera, and from Newport the live view to the south, and it does appear to be starting to get a little bit darker over there. As you can see, it's more than half an eclipse right now. I will try to correct that camera for you so that we can see it centered a little better if I am given the opportunity to do that in the next minute or two.
Okay. Just pulling up a new image off the Go 16. Just hold on a few minutes, about a minute or so. There it is. Oh yeah, you could definitely see it starting to come up over on Go 16. See it. Yeah, we could definitely start seeing the shadows over here towards the far western part of the image, or top left part of the image. And then if you go on down south, you can see Oregon, and then California right here. How they're doing. And yeah, it's definitely coming on in. I could start seeing it on Go 16. Just leave it up here so I can see it a little bit better.
Will Kenneth cross into the Western Pacific?
Oh no.
No.
These questions are getting silly.
There's the forecast track.
I'm gonna make myself for like about a minute or two, so if you guys have anything to say to me, I'm not gonna respond.
For some reason I can't move that.
And what's that?
I can't move the window right now. That'll be why. Stand by for the latest view from the NASA camera as the sun continues to be eclipsed. There it is from Madras, Oregon. I don't know exactly where that is, but I assume it's fairly close to where the camera is. You seeing that?
Well, there's the solar smile.
Yeah, the solar smile. It sort of looks like a deranged smile almost. Daniel, what do you think of that?
Cool.
Cool. Picture of the moon.
That's
Indeed.
Yeah.
a deranged smile.
It
looks like one of them.
On the left-hand side.
Yeah, there was supposedly some sunspots being reported on the sun, so
It wouldn't be reported anywhere else, would it?
Yeah, obviously. They're not going to be called moon spots, are they?
Or anything else for that matter. Anyway, if you've got any questions for us whilst we're here, we're always willing to answer. As always.
Oh, look, it's the... Addison says, Force 13, oh look, it's the cat from Alice in Wonderland. Oh dear. I can see what you mean. It looks like one of them cartoon smiles, you know. It's one of them big cartoon cheesy grins after they've done something evil.
And it continues to close.
It does sort of, and then it's going to turn into the solar. Was it the solar frown? Because it's just going to look like the sun's frowning. Oh God! I need to stop.
All right.
Yes,
well, we're just about at the end of the hour, and we'll obviously have a hell of a lot more to come. The eclipse will reach totality on the coast of Oregon just in about 20 minutes, or a little bit less than that. Stay tuned, this is Force 13 Live, and the fun happens in the next hour.
Fun. Unplanned shenanigans. Well, that's true.
Shenanigans. Well, let's cut down the shenanigans if possible. If at all possible. I don't think that is possible with Daniel here. Daniel, it's your fault. Speak good. Back soon.
Daniel, it's all your fault.
All right. Coverage continues in a moment. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.co.uk at your service at any time. You can also find us on YouTube, the channel, search Force 13 all in text and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook at Force 13 and it's at Force 13 on Twitter, that's the handle to contact us there. You can also add Fool13 on Skype, that's FOOL13, and add extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat. You're watching Force 13's live streaming service.